This is your top 60 and 60 watch list as Hans and Scotty get you ready for the start of the 2025 college football season by highlighting the most influential players on their team for the upcoming season. And now,
get the call, baby! Come on, let's go!
Here's today's newest addition to the watch list.
It is your top 60 and 60 watch list right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, folks, it is time to focus in on the players that we think will have a huge impact on the upcoming season. And Hans, for the first time this year, well, let's just say this. When it comes to the 60 and 60, even kickers can make the list.
Will Ferrin, one of the most clutch individuals I've ever met, and it just enjoys every moment. Every time there's been a clutch kick, he's actually embracing the opportunity that he's in and just like excited about it. And so just don't have a lot of guys that are like him that you've met in sports, but he's got ice in his veins. I know people say that often, and a lot of times they tag people with it, but you can see it in him, you know, when he's out there. It's not arrogance, it's just it's not really confidence, it's just that he really shows appreciation for being there and loves being in that moment and loves being around his teammates. He's been such a great leader for us, and you can't help when you're around him to come away with a smile. So he's uplifting in everything that he does. I'm really grateful that he's our kicker because he can make some points for us, and he's an automatic guy.
Automatic guy for sure, and he's a guy that steps up to the big moments, and it takes a lot for a kicker to earn the respect of Hans Olsen. Will Ferrin's one of those guys.
Yeah, he is, and there's no bigger kick in his career, probably will never be as big a kick in his career as the one he knocked through against the University of Utah to win that rivalry game at Rice-Eccles Stadium in front of a crazy crowd after a wild drive. Having to come back after a crazy call. You remember the PI and all the things that went down. And he's just sitting on the sideline, chilling in his own little world, doesn't hear the crowd, doesn't get caught up in the noise. And what was it, about a 42 or?
Yeah, it was 40 plus, wasn't it?
I thought it was a 40-something. I might be wrong, but I thought it was a 40-something. And steps up and just pops it, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that kid's the real deal.
Yeah.
Because he'll never be in a more pressure-packed environment. 44.
And, and that's the thing, too, because you look at it, and, you know, I think we'd all remember the Brandon Burton block on a BYU field goal attempt. Jake Heaps took him down the field, and they have a chance to win the game, and it was Brandon Burton, I believe, that came in and blocked that thing.
Yep.
And 44 is not, especially at the collegiate level, is not automatic by any stretch.
Not in that stadium. Not in that moment. That place was wild.
Yeah.
That game was so intense. That rivalry game was so intense. And Will just kept his cool and knocked it through. That'll be one of the biggest kicks of his career, but he also grabbed pretty much every kicking record you can have at a university. So Will Ferrin is a violent weapon to have in your arsenal.
There's something that, and BYU had really struggled with that for a lot of years, and it's something that Utah seemed to really have a stranglehold going from, Matt Gay, and now I'm spacing the Andy Phillips. I mean, it just felt like Utah was really locked down at that field goal kicking position, and now that roles have reversed a little bit. Utah has uncertainty, and BYU, I mean, there's just we talk about having the ability for your head to hit the pillow at night, knowing, okay, there's a lot of other things I'm concerned about, but at least if the game's on the line, I feel good about my field goal kicker. Kalani Sitake has that right
He's got it in spades, and that's a big one to have in your back pocket in the Big 12 this year.
Yes, because there's going to be a lot of close games.
Yeah, and that's something you got to factor in. I think the BYU special teams won 4 games for them last year. Where they turned momentum, or they scored a return,
kick return,
or they knocked through a field goal, or they capitalized on an onside kick, or just something big. Now you could look at that Arizona State game and say, was that the one where they onsided it and it hit Tanner Wall, I think, and they were able to recover it?
Yes.
Was that Arizona State?
That was Arizona State.
So there were moments where you blink and you're like, oh, no, that's so painful. But Having Will Ferrin is great, man.
Yep.